Summertime and the living is easy. And hey, listen, it's Travel Tuesday time and we welcome back into the studio Linda and Mike from the travel and sea conservation blog, movingsushi.com. Good morning, guys. Welcome back.
Yeah,
good to have you back. And of course, like last week, we're getting into our series where we're discussing the best diving spots in Southern Africa. Last week, we spoke about Mozambique, and today we're focusing in on Madagascar.
Yes.
Madagascar. So what is it that makes Madagascar such a cool diving spot, other than that movie that just makes it look like it's always a lot of fun to be in Madagascar?
You know, Madagascar is a huge country and it's really diverse. And we're just talking about a small part, Nosy B. People have got a lot of traditions and cultures and folklores about how they interact with the environment. So to get underwater and to start seeing these incredible vistas of fish and coral, you start really respecting not just what defines a fish, but what it represents to people. And I think that's what Nosy Bay gave to us. Wow. When you go down and see these incredible sights and realize how these folklores have come about, it just adds so much value to your dive, and it makes Madagascar special.
It sounds like a really and truly enriching experience to be among, you know, the natural surroundings in the water in that way there.
No, it is. And, you know, there's the rat, the sweet potato, and the cat. And when you go and learn about that folklore and go underwater, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you're going to have to go there and figure that out.
I was about to say, tell us the story, but we don't have enough time for that entire story right now.
You have to go and find it out.
Let's talk economics. Let's talk finance. When you're traveling there and you're diving or you're on holiday in Madagascar, how far does the rand take you? What currency do they use there? Do you need to use their currency?
So the local currency is called the ari-ari. I really love saying that a lot.
Ari-ari.
It's so great.
How much does that cost? 10 ari-ari?
It's 1 to 246 or 241. It's kind of, Madagascar is expensive.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the islands, they have a lot of resorts, they have a lot of homestays and little B&Bs sort of thing. So I really encourage people to kind of go full board or half board if that's what they really feel like. But get out there and go and eat in the local markets. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. Eat in the local restaurants because the food is fantastic and the people are amazing.
Okay.
So they're well worth going to just mingle around.
I love how they have King Julian on the ari-ari there.
Yeah, it's all about lemurs there. They're the coolest creatures.
Give us some of your top diving tips when it comes to Madagascar.
You know, for me personally, I would jump on a liveaboard boat if you have the luxury to do so, simply because you get to those slightly further away, you know, undived locations, and you really get to explore. But saying that, if you are in one or two of the resorts, they've got very professional dive operations.
Okay.
And you can go to the marine protected areas and just be blown away with turtles and snapper and fish. And try and do a 2-tank dive, because then you get to lie on the beach between dives and you're pretty much on your own, on your little island, having a great time. So, you know, for me, the liveaboard is number one, just because it's got that access to rural, isolated spots. But it's,
And night diving.
Just get there.
Madagascar is amazing for night diving under fluorescent light. It's very, very unique experience and very cool. It's like being in an underwater disco party.
So,
Look at that. Okay, wow.
what we do, that's actually using fluorescence. Yeah, so we make the fish fluoresce under light. It's taking away the visual spectrum that what we normally see. And we get to see things which, you know, the ocean communicates in other ways, which we'll never know unless we don't do that. It's a change of perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So are there any last things to consider when traveling to Madagascar, Linda?
Yes, for South Africans, it's a visa on arrival as you get there. It's about $30. I'd really recommend having the exact amount, because if you have larger denominations, change is a little tricksy to come by. But there is a direct flight from Johannesburg to Nosy Be. So within about 4 hours of taking off and landing, you can have your feet in the sand and dive tanks ready and prepped. It's so close to South Africa, which I think makes it a really unique and exciting kind of destination.
Yeah.
And get a local tour guide when you're there, because it is exceptionally beautiful. And you get to learn a little bit more about the culture and about the environment and about the people. It's a very mixed place, so you're going to want to learn as much as you can. And you're not going to do that if you're just lying on the beaches all the time, as tempting as it is.
Absolutely.
You're going to want to hike. You can go to jungles. You can visit lemurs. There's actually really so much to do. They're great for kids as well.
Absolutely fantastic. I guess looking at that and having the experiences you've had, you might agree with a legendary explorer, Jacques Cousteau, who once said, the best way to observe a fish is to become one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you've-
That's the
I
I
only
think
way
we're
to
going to
do
grow
it.
gills at this point.
You've mastered that. Well, thank you very much to Linda and Mike for sharing more of their aquatic adventures with us. And next week, we'll be bringing the diving series finale much closer to home. So make sure that you get your diving masks ready for that. Thank you once again. Right now, let's take a look at what is trending online.